Deacon, who is it from?
It's from Austria, mistress. It has a military seal on it.
Come in. Come in.
What's the news of Andre?
There's no news of Andre. There's no news, you understand? None. Go to your room. How dare you interrupt me at this time of the morning?
I just wanted to know.
He's dead. Haven't I told you enough times? He's dead. You saw Kutuzov's letter. He saw him fall. What more do you want?
That was 2 months ago, and they haven't found the body.
Fool! Do you know what it's like on a battlefield? 20,000 dead at Austerlitz. Do you think each gets a grave to himself? He's dead. Your brother is dead. Speak no more of him. Do you hear me? No more!
Oh, Father, don't turn away from me, please. Don't shut me out. Not this time. Well, we mustn't lose hope. Perhaps he's lying ill somewhere, trying to get in touch with us.
He's dead. Only fools can hope when the facts stare them plainly in the face and tell them otherwise. If he were alive, we would have heard something. But he's dead. My son is dead. Killed by those scoundrels who destroyed the Russian army between them. That letter is the last inquiry I shall make. Go. Go and tell Lisa. Tell her husband is dead. Go, get out of my sight.
Well then, if we cannot weep together, we must weep alone.
My dear Princess, what is it? Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right.
I heard the man shouting. Something happened?
No, only the last of his inquiries to Austria have yielded nothing. Oh, Emily, I'm afraid he's right. We shan't see my brother again.
No, you must not give up hope.
But Kutuzov saw him fall. It's foolish to go on hoping, just because the body wasn't found, that he's still alive. I must tell Lisa.
In her condition?
We kept the news of Kutuzov's letter from her while there was still hope. But now she must know.
Oh, Maria, come here. There.
Did you feel it? Quite a hard cake. I can hardly believe it. Is there something wrong? What is it? News of Andre?
No. No news.
Did Papa hear nothing to his inquiry?
Not yet, but he will, I'm sure.
Maria, why must I have my child like this? What have I done? Why did he go? Who knows I'm hopelessly lost without him?
Oh, hush.
And I'm not well. No, I know I'm not. I know Papa doesn't believe me, but there's something wrong. I know there is.
No, it's just the child, that's all.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
All right, all right. Give me time. Please, what do you think of... Merciful heavens! It's the young Count.
Where are they?
At supper. But I can't believe my eyes. Is it really you, Count?
It's really me, Prokofy. Home on leave. Is everything all right?
Praise be. Everything.
Thank you. Goodness, look how you've grown! Sonia! Sonia! Mama!
Where are you?
Vasily Denisov, your son's friend.
Denisov?
Of course, Denisov.
Oh, everybody, see who's here. It's Denisov. Davina, Natasha, Anna. Oh, that's wonderful. Nikolai wrote us all about you. You're welcome to our home. Welcome.
Thank you.
Isn't that wonderful? Natasha, that's not a way to greet a stranger.
But it's not a stranger, it's Denisov.
What are you thinking of? You must be starving.
Oh, of course, forgive me. Prokofy, where are you?
He is quite a long way today.
Don't bother with things like that. Lead to more places. Everybody, come back into the dining room, please.
Crack of dawn.
Starving, hungry, Prokofy, don't stand there weeping. Bring some more candles first. Natasha, Vera, bring Denisov. Countess, my pet, my love, let the boy go. He's not going to run away. He's only just got here. Come, please, everybody.
Did you have a good journey?
Rather wearisome, Countess, rather wearisome.
Nikolai? Nikolai, get up. It's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock, Nicky. You can't sleep all morning.
That's all right. Good heavens, can't a chap even get some sleep?
There. You frightened Sonia away. Well, put your dressing gown on and come out.
What time did you say it was?
10 o'clock? We were up hours ago.
Oh, all right. Wait a minute.
I'll be in the conservatory.
Well, let me have some breakfast first.
Oh, no, come now, Nicky. Please.
All right.
Can I see your sabre?
Prokofy, I'll bring you some tea in the conservatory and some bread and ham. Is Denisov up yet?
Not yet. My, you soldiers sleep late.
Well, when you're in the field, you're up at the crack of dawn, you know. There's no need for that here, is there? Where's Sonia?
Well, she ran away. You shouldn't just appear in your nightshirt like that. We're not children anymore. When did you grow your moustache? Before the battle or after?
After.
Are you glad to be home?
Of course I am. But I love the army.
Did you see Napoleon?
Of course not.
Oh.
But I saw the Tsar. When the battle was nearly over. He was alone in a field. I felt so sorry for him. Do you know, Natasha, I could have died for him then and there.
Nicky, I'm glad you didn't. It would have been awful.
Well, I didn't have to, fortunately. Why don't you fetch Sonia?
In a minute. I must tell you something first. You know Sonia's my best friend. I'd burn my hand off for her, Nicky. Look, I did that just to show how much I loved her. I just heated a ruler and pressed it there. Do you think that was silly?
No, of course not. Did she do the same?
Well, she would have done, only she was afraid you might see her with a scar on her arm, so I said she shouldn't. But if she loves someone, it's forever.
Yes. Yes, she's like that.
I don't think I am, but she is. And she loves you like that.
Was that what you wanted to tell me?
No.
Thank you, Papa. Well?
Do you remember what happened before you went away?
Oh, with Sonia.
Both of you swore you would never love anyone else. Well, she says you're to forget all that. She said, I shall always love him, but let him be free. Isn't that lovely? Isn't it noble?
Yes. Yes, it is. But I never go back on my word.
No, we discussed all that. We knew you'd say that, but it won't do, you see, because if you consider yourself bound by the promise, it would look as if she'd said all that on purpose, don't you see? As if she wanted to tie you even more, and she doesn't want that. Well, that's exactly what she doesn't want. She loves you too much, Nicky. You must remain free.
Well... Oh, I don't know. We'll talk about it later. It's so good to be back with you all. Are you still true to Boris?
Oh, that's just nonsense.
I saw him just before the last battle. He's really changed.
Well, I shan't marry him. I shan't marry anyone. Is Denisov nice?
Yes, of course he is. He's a wonderful chap.
Well, hurry up and get dressed. I'll go and find Sonia.
Oh, Boris should go far. You can be proud, Anna.
Well, I did all I could, but... Oh, he has repaid me 1,000-fold. You know, Prince Bolkonsky, Kutuzov's aide, took him under his wing just before he was killed.
So many fine young men. When I think of our Nikolai, or Boris, lying out there.
Good morning, Mama.
Morning, Vera.
Oh, good morning,
Anna.
my love. And how are you this morning?
Oh, what a question. My son comes home last night. He asked me how I feel this morning. Nikolai looks wonderful, Natalie. Wonderful. Doesn't he? Just wish he'd shave off that moustache.
Oh, I think it suits him.
You would think it suits him. Wait till you have a son of your own. See if you'll like him with a moustache.
He's home, my dear. Moustache or beard, what does it matter?
True. There's plenty that didn't come back. Are Nikolai and his friend up yet?
I haven't seen them. The girls are up. They had breakfast an hour ago.
Sonia seems beside herself. I've never seen her so excited.
You need to be careful there, my dear. Oh, don't I know it? She's my niece, and we're very fond of her. I didn't take her in to marry my son.
He's a good match. Why, he'll command a wife with a dowry bigger than all your estates outside Moscow.
which, by the way, have just been mortgaged again.
Well, the children have to enjoy themselves.
But how long can it go on?
Oh, we shall pay it all somehow. Don't worry, my pet. It's been a bad harvest. Everyone has suffered.
All the same, if he's going to get married, why shouldn't he bring something into the family? You'll have to speak to Sonia.
Oh, no, Natalie.
He leaves everything to me.
It's a little premature anyway, isn't it? After all, they're young. They could grow out of it.
Exactly. They're still children. And you're trying to marry them off.
I think people should marry for love anyway.
Because a man chooses a woman with a dowry, is that to say he can't love her as well? In any case, my dear, even if you marry for love, it doesn't mean to say that the rest is all roses. Look at Pierre Besukov.
Oh, a fool could have told him Elena Karagina was no good.
A fool could have told him, but a fool doesn't listen. And a man in love is a fool.
What's this, then? Are they not happy?
I sometimes wonder what you do all day. You know so little of what's going on. My dear, she has a lover. Dolokhov, an old friend of Pierre's. Everyone knows, except Pierre. Isn't that always the way?
Is that why they left Petersburg and came to Moscow? To escape Dolokhov?
Oh, I shouldn't think so. Yet, perhaps. No, probably Pierre both knows and yet doesn't want to know.
What a terrible thing. Terrible. Well, I hope his trip to Moscow settles things for him.
Dolokhov, I called to pay my respects. I thought you were in Petersburg.
I arrived yesterday.
Good evening, my dear.
How was the opera?
It was very boring. You were right not to come. What are you doing in Moscow?
My mother still lives here, you know.
Ah, yes. How is she?
Very well. And then I thought I'd call on a few old friends. Nikolai Rostov, for instance.
Ah, you know the Rostovs?
I met the Count in the army. He invited me to call when I was in Moscow.
Ah.
Well, I must be going. Good night, Countess.
Good night. I hope we shall see something of you while you're here.
Of course. It would be a pleasure. Good night, Count.
Oh, good night.
No, don't come down. I can see myself out.
Well, I think I'll go to bed.
Did you know he was coming?
No. Why should I? He's your friend, not mine.
Yes, but you like him, though.
Well, I find him amusing, don't you?
Yes, yes. Well, not exactly amusing, but still, if he's here, he must call, I suppose.
Would you rather he didn't?
No. It's just that...
Just that what?
Well, he seemed to be around us all the time in Petersburg.
It was you who took him up?
Yeah. There's an old friend. I thought I might be of some help to him. And then, well, there's a streak of cruelty in Dolokhov. Haven't you noticed?
No.
It shows in his face sometimes. I hadn't noticed it before.
Well, good night.
Good night.
Nikolai, where have you been?
To meet a friend. This is Lieutenant Dolokhov. We knew each other in the army. My sister Natasha.
Delighted.
My cousin Sonia.
Ah, charming.
And Colonel Vasily Denisov, my squadron commander.
Colonel.
Glad to meet a brother officer, dear boy.
We seem to have interrupted a rather gay evening.
No, we were practicing. Yogel's giving a ball here on Thursday. You'll be here, Nicky, won't you?
Who is Yogel?
He's our dancing master.
He's giving it for his former pupils. Oh, say you'll be here, Nicky. Yeah, especially for you.
Oh, I don't know. It's kid stuff, really.
Oh, it's not. Vasily's going to be here.
Whatever for?
What would I not do at your sister's request, dear boy?
Oh, do come, Nicky. It will be fun. And you come too, Lieutenant.
I'm sure I should be delighted.
There. You're the only one who hasn't said yes.
Oh, all right. But it's a very small affair, I warn you.
Oh, really? Well, I'm not averse to small affairs.
It is nothing of the sort. It's a lot of fun.
The girls only go there looking for husbands.
They do not. You're insufferable this evening. You think you know handsome. Well, you look awful.
Vasily, get her off me!
It's quite right, you're getting above yourself.
Don't around, mess your hair up.
They don't what?
Go there looking for husbands.
All right, they don't.
There, you see. They don't.
Well, I don't think it's such a very bad thing anyway. After all, husbands must be found somewhere. What a very pretty necklace. May I?
It was a present from Nikolai on my 10th birthday.
It isn't worth anything.
Exquisite. What about a tune, Colonel? After all, if I'm coming to Yogel's ball, I really ought to practice.
Very well, what shall it be?
Something slow and stately.
All right.
Anglaise, yes. Would you care to remind me of some of the steps?
Dancing with her all evening.
Well, why not?
I don't like him. He's too familiar.
Come, he doesn't mean anything by it.
You must dance, Count Rostov, I insist.
Oh, Maestro, you know I could never do it.
Nonsense. You had great talent. Countess, I appeal to you.
Come on, Nicky. Don't be so stuffy.
Oh, all right. But next time it's Denisov's turn.
There they go. They must be the handsomest couple on the floor.
Yes. Why is Nikolai always so stiff?
The effects of the army, obviously.
Vasily isn't stiff when he's in the army.
But look at your daughter, ma'am. What grace. What natural beauty.
Nikolai is so stiff. I don't like to see him so stiff. It's his personality, Natalie. You'll never change him.
He was always very straight, my pet.
I call it stiff. Have you noticed Dolokhov with your niece? He has been dancing rather a lot with her.
Now then, stop making matches, you two.
Who's making matches? Annette made an observation. One can't live with one's eyes closed, Ilya. And after all, you must get off your hands sooner or later.
I definitely don't like him.
You took a dislike to him from the start.
I did not.
You did? You said you didn't like his face.
Well, I don't.
That's ridiculous.
Besides, I've heard things about him.
Oh, what things?
He's been Countess Bezukhof's lover.
Who told you?
I heard.
Rubbish.
And he fights duels.
Oh, so do lots of people.
But he provokes them.
Oh, rubbish.
Don't keep saying, oh, rubbish. Look at the way he's holding her. You can see it in the face.
You just don't like my friend.
I like Denisov.
Oh, Denisov, you only like him because he's in love with you.
Sonia, you look beautiful this evening. My dear, doesn't she, Anna? Radiant. We were all saying how beautifully you dance with Lieutenant Dolokhov.
She dances as if she'd done nothing else all her life.
Nicky, must you hold yourself like a ramrod when you dance, my dear?
Mother, I'm not making it a profession.
Still, a ramrod, dear.
What magnificent dancers, all of you. Sonia, my dear, there's a young man over there dying to dance the next dance with
It's
you.
been promised.
Oh, but Lieutenant Shirley...
Promised.
I promised the next dance to Nikolai. He hasn't danced with me all evening. Well, you haven't forgotten, Nikolai.
Oh, no, of course not.
Ah, the mazurka! This is where I score!
We know.
Hey, Countess, join me in the mazurka!
Can you really do it?
Can I do the mazurka? I can do a better mazurka than the Poles! I'll show you how to dance a wheel mazurka.
Don't be stiff, Nikolai.
Won't you dance, Captain?
The mazurka is not my dance, maestro. However, if the Countess Rostov should care to try.
Why not? We can't look worse than my brother.
Come in.
Helen.
I was just going to bed.
Yes. I see. I just wanted to talk.
What about?
Well, I've been thinking...
Have you seen Dolohov lately?
No?
He seems to have stopped calling.
Yeah.
Have you said anything to him?
No, what should I have said to him?
I don't know, I just wondered. Perhaps your attitude discouraged him.
I had no attitude. He was free to call or not as he chose.
Perhaps he's just gone away.
Oh, no. I hear he's a frequent visitor at the Rostovs.
Do you have to wear those glasses?
Do you care whether he
I
calls?
told you I find him amusing.
I could inquire.
There's no need. I don't find him that amusing.
You know, I had a letter today from Maria Bolkonskaya.
I'm sure it was fascinating.
Well, I wrote inquiring after Andrei. His body hasn't been found. It seems now that it won't be.
A charming thought to go to bed with.
Thought you might like to know.
Is that what you came in to tell me?
No. Just crossed my mind. But I feel so sorry for Lisa. Having a child and Andrei dead, never seeing me. It's so sad, too, because they weren't happy, you know. He's such a restless spirit. Andrei, always searching for something. Always searching. But then aren't we all searching for something?
I'd like to go to bed.
Yes. He made her very unhappy. Poor Lisa. She's the sort of girl who needs her husband near her all the time. Now she's alone, having the child, no husband to show it to when it's born. War's a terrible thing. Terrible. And yet I suppose the child will help her when it's born. Helen, I wanted to ask you something. Has there been any sign? Do you feel as though you were going to have a child?
Whatever do you take me for?
I just
I'm
wondered.
tired. I'd like to go to bed. If you see Dolohov, you can tell him that we're cross, that he's dropped us so obviously.
Now, choose one.
I'll choose.
No, let Sonia. I'm sure she'll bring me luck and make the trick work.
You'll have to speak to her.
Come on, Donna, don't be silly. Choose one.
Oh, it's too soon. He may only be amusing himself.
Now, put it back in the pack.
I must say, Dolohov, I wouldn't care to play you at cards.
Meaning what?
He means, dear boy, that you handle yourself like a professional.
Anything I do like a professional. Do you see your card there?
No.
But you put it in there.
Yes.
Now, if Petya will take out the card that is in his right-hand pocket.
Mine? I haven't got her.
Oh,
bravo!
A king. You choose well. You should never choose anything less.
Do another one, another one.
Oh, no, I should be getting a bad reputation.
It doesn't seem to be here.
Oh, really? Now, where did I put it? Ah, what a pleasant evening. What a nice young man that Lieutenant Dolohov is.
Yes.
Seems to like you. At least he seems very attentive. In my experience, he's a man in love.
Oh, don't say that, please.
Come here. Come on. You know, Sonia, you've lived with us all these years.
I know, Mama, and I love you, and I'll never forget all that you've done for me.
I'm not reminding you of it so that you can be grateful. You're like my own child, so I must advise you as if you were.
Please don't speak of it.
I must, my dear. We've given you all we can. We cannot give you a dowry.
I don't want it.
But then it must limit you. You can't make a brilliant marriage without a dowry. Now, I think Dolohov will make you a proposal. It's quite a good match, and I must advise you to think of it carefully if he does. Oh, please, my dear, don't cry. Life has many problems, believe me. We can't always have what we want. If you refuse his offer, you may not get another as good. Now, promise at least. You'll give it careful thought,
Yes.
I have the family to think of too, you know, Sonia. No one else thinks of it. All left to me. What can I do? I'm not a magician. Be sensible. Yes? All right. Go.
I thought it best to be honest.
Ah, yes. Honest. Are you in love with her?
In a way.
You surprise me.
I surprised myself. I thought such feelings were for others.
You never entertained them for me.
Ah, you, well. That was different. I held them in check.
Why?
Well, you were hardly available as a wife.
Wouldn't you be satisfied with less?
I feel it's time I got married.
I see.
Well, after all, you must have felt the same.
I'm a woman. I can't provide for myself.
Well, what could I do? You weren't free.
Would you have married me if I had been?
Of course.
But I shouldn't have married you. Your accomplishments are not of the kind to pay the bills. Will she accept you?
I think so.
But you haven't actually asked her.
I shall ask her tomorrow. She has no dowry, of course, but that makes my chances greater.
Still, she may refuse you.
I doubt it.
Yes, so do I. But if she does?
Then I shall need your divine consolation.
You shall have it, although you don't deserve it.
Wish me luck, at least.
Why should I? I hope she says no.
Where are you going?
Out.
Aren't you staying to dinner?
Thank you, no.
What's the matter?
Nothing, nothing.
Well, stay a while.
I have an appointment with a lady whose husband is away this evening. I mustn't keep her waiting.
Sonia! Sonia, wait!
Nicky,
What's the matter with
he
Sonia?
proposed. I knew he wouldn't. She refused him.
Refused him?
Mama begged and begged her not to, but she did.
Mama begged her not to.
Well, of course. Nicky, don't be angry. But I know you won't marry her. Oh, don't ask me how I know. I just do.
She's an angel.
Go and talk to her. Perhaps you can get her to change her mind.
But why should I?
Because, Nicky, she may spoil her life if you don't. You must be honest with her.
Sonia,
Don't say anything, please.
but I must. If you're refusing him because of
I don't
me,
want to know, Nikolai.
But I want to tell you the truth. I love you.
Oh, that's enough for me.
But I can't make any promises. Mama doesn't want it. We're both young. We may change our minds.
I shan't. But I'm not holding you to anything.
Please think about it again. The offer's a good one. He's a friend of mine. It would be an advantageous match.
I don't want to talk about it. Please. I want nothing. I love you. I shall always love you, and that's all I want.
I'm only afraid of misleading you. You're an angel, and I don't deserve it.
Oh, Nicky. Nicky.
We should have sent for the doctor before. It's called in good time. Who's to know such a storm would break? Birth's just in the weather, they're in God's hands. Praise be the child's all right.
Don't father, what good is it?
It's another life. Praise God for it. You see, them that's born in a storm and they're in sunshine.
Why do they say God is merciful?
I don't know.
What harm she done? She's good and kind. She loves everyone. Someone's coming.
The doctor.
Andre.
Masha! Masha. Has it happened yet?
Yes, but...
Where is she? In the room?
Andre! Andre!
You can't come in. Don't come in.
Lise!
Oh, my God.
Please. Andrusha.
That look on her face. It's so accusing.
No.
It's as if she was saying, where were you? Why weren't you here?